Now at 10, big changes could soon head to a portion of I-44 to improve semi-traffic. Plus, a school in southwest Missouri becomes the latest to move to a 4-day week. And the Newton County Sheriff's Department unveils its brand new rescue boat.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
We might see some big changes on Interstate 44 if some Missouri lawmakers get their wish. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The Missouri House Budget Chairman is proposing a $291 million project to rebuild portions of I-44, calling the project Forward 44. Phase 1 was replacing bridges on the interstate. Now representatives are proposing more phases to widen the interstate to 6 lanes, establish new interchanges at junction I-49, I-44, and improve infrastructure on rural roads. State representatives are hopeful the Missouri Senate and governor will approve the $291 million of funding for the next phases of the Forward 44 project in Jasper County.
Having those 2 major interchanges upgraded and having the capacity expansion in between, we think is really a well-targeted plan to hit the primary issues that are experienced by the local community while they're trying to get around, while freight is trying to move through the area itself.
Forward 44 is proposing projects spanning from St. Louis to the Oklahoma state line. Winter officially winding down right about now, spring beginning. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, officially at 10:06 this evening, and it's 10:02, so enjoy the last few minutes of winter. 70 though for us today, well above. Our average high is 61 degrees. We look okay. It's 61 in Joplin, 58 in Pittsburgh. We are on the dry side. You can see our temps, 55 in Nevada, 61 in Neosho. We have 61 at Grand Lake. Parsons is sitting at about 62 degrees. It has been breezy. It's going to stay breezy as we go through the rest of the overnight hours tonight and then kind of picking up again late tomorrow. But we do have clear skies, so not a whole bunch is going on here. But our next little wave is building out across parts of New Mexico and then also Arizona, and that's going to head toward us as we go through the next couple days. All right, for us tonight, we'll be dropping back into the mid-40s for overnight lows. We're going to talk about some rain chances here in just a bit.
I'll see you in the spring in a few minutes. The McDonald County R1 Board of Education voted today to adopt a 4-day school week for the upcoming academic year. The vote came in response to a pressing need for certified teachers in the district. Over the past several years, the district has faced what they call significant challenges in recruiting and retaining certified teachers, largely attributed to the allure of higher salaries in neighboring states, such as Arkansas. The district says the transition to a 4-day school week is intended to not only address the teacher shortage, but also, they say, to improve the overall quality of education across the district. The new schedule begins for the 2024-25 school year. President Biden and former President Donald Trump acquire even more delegates as they're declared the winners of the presidential primaries in Kansas. They had already clinched their bids for the nominations on Super Tuesday earlier this month. Officials say that's part of the reason why fewer than 100,000 voters in the state hit the polls by mid-afternoon. Another reason is the unusual election date for the state. Jasper County is gearing up for the April 2nd election. The county performed a public test of their voting equipment today, overseen by a bipartisan team. According to the county clerk, the testing is important to make sure people trust the equipment and the process. It's also a way to verify whether the count is accurate.
I think the vast majority of the people understand and trust our election system, trust the machines, trust the process, but there are a few people that have questions. So the way that we solve that is we run a small election in the office during the public test. So that way we can make sure that the cards are programmed correctly, and when we tally the results, they're 100% correct.
Just wanted to see how it was done, and I did it for educational purposes. I've never seen this before, and I wanted to learn about it.
The testing with 72 sample ballots was done 3 times to ensure the electronic results matched the hand counts. Jasper County recently purchased 58 voting tabulators, brand new machines that count the votes in a faster way compared to previous technology. Today is also the first day for the no excuse absentee voting period in Missouri. For more election resources, go to koimnewsnow.com/elections. The Department of Commerce has accepted Kansas's digital equity plan. The Digital Equity Act is part of the Internet for All initiative, which provides grant funding to ensure that all people and communities have the skills, technology, and capacity needed to reap the full benefits of the digital economy. Kansas will use almost $700,000 from the grant program to address disparities in digital access, skills, and affordability all across the state. Newton County, Missouri releases the results of a broadband feasibility study to improve connectivity. The primary purpose of that study was to identify homes and businesses without sufficient internet connectivity and understand which areas might be eligible for federal broadband grant funding. Officials also plan to use the study to calculate the costs to implement a broadband solution in Newton County. We have provided a link on our website, koimnewsnow.com. You can see the results of the full broadband study there. The Newton County Sheriff's Department today unveiled its brand new water rescue boat. It's for a new facet of the Sheriff's Department, the first ever water rescue team. The annual equipment fund paid for the boat, and a private donation covered the cost for all the gear for the 6 deputies on that team. The boat's dedicated to the memory of Brooke Robinson, a Joplin 7th grader who died in Shoal Creek in 2017. Brooke's family was on hand to see the boat for the first time. The Kansas Technology Center at Pitt State today received a brand new tractor. That tractor donation will be used for students in the automotive tech program to learn about fluid power, advanced hydraulics, and diesel fundamentals. Case New Holland, the company that made the tractor, also recruits Pitt State students for internships and graduates for full-time positions.
Case New Holland, right from the manufacturing facility in Grand Island, Nebraska. And we've had a number of us got together and about the best way to donate the unit. And we looked at the quality of candidates that come out of Pitt State that come to work for us. And we thought it was a good reciprocal action to give the windrower and the speedrower to PSU. We've been very happy with the quality of candidates and interns that we get it.
That donor, Kelly Burgess himself, is a Pitt State alumnus. It's been a big signing day for some area athletes moving to the next level. John's going to have the latest on the Trojan seniors heading to Bethany College coming up later in sports. But first, the Supreme Court lifts its block on a Texas immigration law. We're going to tell you about the impacts. Today, in a 6-3 decision, the U.S. Supreme Court says it will not block a sweeping Texas immigration law known as SB 4. It allows Texas law enforcement officials to arrest and detain anyone suspected of crossing the border illegally, at least for now. Doug Dunbar has the latest.
Texas law enforcement officials now have new broad powers to arrest and jail migrants suspected of crossing the Texas-Mexico border illegally. Their cases then decided by state judges. Tuesday's decision by a divided Supreme Court is a victory for Texas Governor Greg Abbott.
So all Texas is going to be doing is basically enforcing the laws that were passed by Congress that Joe Biden is refusing to enforce.
The Biden administration is suing to strike down the law, and Tuesday called it, quote, another example of Republican officials politicizing the border while blocking real solutions. It's calling on Congress to pass a bipartisan border security plan currently blocked in the House. The Texas law, known as SB 4, still faces a challenge in a lower federal court. Supreme Court conservative justices Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett urged the appeals court to rule quickly. In the meantime, multiple law enforcement officials tell CBS News the state has not yet provided guidance on how to enforce the law.
It's not like, oh, he looks illegal and we're going to put him in jail. We can't do that. You know, we can't stereotype someone, someone from Mexico and do that.
Critics expect SB 4 will lead to racial profiling across Texas.
What's to stop a constable or a sheriff from setting up roadblocks and asking everybody for their papers and their passports?
Mexico, for its part, said it won't accept migrants that Texas officials try to deport. Doug Dunbar, CBS News, Dallas.
The Fifth Circuit Federal Appeals Court in New Orleans says they plan to meet Wednesday to consider the SB 4, and arguments are going to be live streamed so the public can listen. Authorities charge a 41-year-old woman in Platte County, Missouri, after she allegedly pulled a gun on 2 Kansas City, Missouri police officers. KCPD responded to a call around 10 this morning by a petitioner of an ex parte protection order who was concerned about the woman. The officer tried to make contact, but they say the woman wouldn't comply. They say that woman, Zina Sokoli, displayed a handgun. One officer shot Sokoli. She was treated and released today. Arkansas State Police say an airport executive was injured in an officer-involved shooting today. That shooting happened at a home in Little Rock where ATF agents were serving a federal search warrant. Agents say someone at the home started shooting and they returned fire. Police say 53-year-old Brian Malinowski was hurt and taken to the hospital. An ATF agent was also hurt and is expected to make a full recovery. Malinowski was named executive director of Bill and Hillary Clinton National Airport in 2019. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, you might think your town's the worst in America for them. Well, that's not true, unless you happen to live in Wichita, Kansas. That's the study that the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America says is actually the worst for people with allergies. Other notable cities on the list: Oklahoma City and Fayetteville, Arkansas. Middle-aged adults in the U.S. report higher levels of loneliness than adults in Europe. Researchers at Arizona State believe it could be due in part to weaker family ties and greater income inequality. The study also shows loneliness in general is on the rise across both the U.S. and Europe. A little bit later, it's time to get ready for those brackets, get them ready for March Madness. John has that story and more coming up in sports.
Plus, our temperatures are going to stay mild, but a few rain chances. We'll look at that coming up. Well, of course, it turned out to be a nice Tuesday for us today. It was windy, but we had temps right around 70 degrees during the afternoon, and we still have clear skies out there right now. It looks pretty good. Nice shots of Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Check this out. So this is over the past 36 hours. Yesterday, lower 40s. Today, 70. So it was almost 30 degrees warmer for us today compared to what we had yesterday afternoon. It's 59 in Fort Scott, 61 Nowata, Grand Lake, Anderson, Bella Vista, upper 50s. We have 59 in Carthage. Let's go outside. 7th and Rangeline sitting at 61. Southerly winds still breezy at 16. And these are going to come down just a little bit. Notice this little wind shift line right here. That's a front or a boundary that is kind of sinking in. It's going to stall out on top of us. So that's going to drop the winds a little bit. So they will drop later tonight into tomorrow, but still, even tomorrow, that boundary sits on top of us, and then the northeasterly winds will pick up a little bit, especially tomorrow evening. Clear skies for us now, so we look good. Not much going on here. We do have a weak wave out across parts of Arizona, New Mexico. It's a weak little upper level wave. It's been just kind of hanging out for several days. Finally, it's going to start to push off toward the east as we go through the next several days, giving us at least changing our weather up a little bit. All right, let me walk you through time. Tonight, mid-40s. As we go through the morning hours tomorrow, we're going to warm near 60. By the afternoon, a few spotty showers, maybe a thunder shower, will pop up along that boundary. Most of you will stay dry. As we go through the evening hours, still some spotty showers, especially in our southern counties. So here's about 8:30 tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, random shower into Thursday morning. Again, most of us dry. Most of us dry on Thursday. Rain trying to tick up a little bit once we get into Thursday afternoon. Still highs into the mid-60s on Thursday. Scattered showers Thursday night into Friday morning, but majority of the rain is definitely going to stay to our south. Here's your day planner for you Wednesday. 47 to start, 63 by noon, 68 by 4. High temp right around 70 degrees. Now, behind that weak wave, we have a weak front that drops through on Friday, so we could get a random shower. But what this is going to do is usher in some colder air as we go into the weekend. So unfortunately, Saturday we're looking at highs low to mid 50s, which is a pretty good chunk below average. Then we're going to start to watch our next storm system. Let's go into Sunday. Showers start to spread in, so here's Sunday afternoon. Thunderstorms build up Sunday night into Monday morning. Temperatures are kind of right on that line of, are these going to be strong thunderstorms or just good old thunderstorms? And right now it doesn't look like anything severe, but of course we're going to keep our eyes on that as we go through the next couple days. 70 tomorrow. It is officially spring now. 63 on Thursday, 65 on Friday. Cooler for the weekend. Those thunderstorms Sunday night into Monday. I would say our best shot to have severe weather return is going to be next Friday and Saturday right before Easter Sunday.
Obviously, you and the rest of the weather team will keep a close eye on that and keep us posted. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, 4 local high school baseball teams begin their 2024 seasons, and 3 local high school football players signed to play at the collegiate level. John Dales has those stories and more coming up next in sports.
Brings you the best.
Hey, and welcome into sports. I'm John Dales. Several high school football standouts from Southeast Kansas commit to play at the next level today. Riverton High School senior Derek McLaughlin signs with Independence Community College. The future Pirate transferred to Riverton after going to Galena for his first 2 years of high school. On his signing day, McLaughlin says he's grateful to have been part of a team that changed the direction of the Rams football program.
It meant a lot. We definitely leveled up from last year. We won 1 game, and I think we won like 8 or 9 this year, so it was a big step. And it's all thanks to the players and the coaches. They work hard every day, and yeah, got the job done.
Meanwhile, over at Girard, 2 Trojan seniors also put pen to paper this afternoon. Now, they've been teammates since middle school, and that'll continue to be the case. Anthony Pike and Drake Kotzman, 2 seniors at Girard High School, make things official. They're headed to Bethany College to play football. The 2 of them have been very close on and off the field. They're grateful that doesn't have to end anytime soon.
We kind of talked about it, always talked about going to the same college if we did get the opportunity, and obviously we did, and it was a big decision, and we decided to make it together and keep on playing like we have been all 4 years, even through middle school.
He's been my best friend since 6th grade. If you watch some of our games, me and him are the dynamic duo. That's about the best I can say. And I think that's going to continue in college, too. I mean, we're rooming together. We're going to be teammates until we get out of college, hopefully.
College baseball season continues along after 9th-ranked Missouri Southern takes 2 out of 3 over Pitt State this weekend. Both of them back in action on the road today. Now, we start with the Gorillas. They go on the road to Oklahoma Baptist, lose that one, though, 12-9. That ends a brief 1-game road stint. PSU back at home Friday to Sunday against Central Oklahoma. A lot better news for Missouri Southern. The Lions look deserving of being ranked in the top 10. They beat Drury 10-8. Southern also returns home this weekend. It faces Washburn. That's a 3-game set from Friday to Sunday. Over to the high school level, Joplin takes down Colgan across state lines today, 2-1, and McDonald County baseball wins a pitcher's duel 1-0 over Neosho. Destin Dowd has the game's only RBI. Now, you still have until Thursday morning to fill out your bracket, but March Madness officially begins tonight. First 4 play-in games are being played in Dayton. Now, the first game of the 2024 NCAA men's basketball tournament comes down to the final seconds. Wagner beats Howard in the battle of 2 16 seeds. The Seahawks advance to the round of 64. They're going to play 1 seed North Carolina on Thursday afternoon. Second game of the night, not quite as exciting. Virginia was one of the last teams to sneak into the tournament field. Cavs don't look very deserving of that bid right now. They trail Colorado State by 24 with just under 4 minutes remaining. And that's just going to add fuel to the fire for the 9 or 10 teams that were just on the outside looking in of getting into the tournament.
Yeah, they look like that was a mismatch, and they should
Definitely.
Have you filled out a bracket?
I haven't yet. I still got to get onto that.
I don't think I will this year, although maybe, I don't know. As you say, we have until Thursday.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Well, this is kind of odd. Some people in Parsons, Kansas are waking up with toilets in their yards. It's part of a fundraiser for the Parsons High School After Prom event dubbed Project Prom. For $20, you can have a toilet placed in someone's yard. If it's in your yard, well, you can pay $20 to have it moved to someone else's yard.
Humbled by the support of the community here in Parsons. We've even had some people outside of the community, old high school members that have graduated, that have reached out to offer to help as well. So we're hoping to keep this going in the future. The plan is to build a solid foundation and hopefully within the years to come be able to hand it off to the next generation to move forward with great project proms.
You know, they've raised $1,700 from the Prom Pooper project alone. So congratulations for that. Back when I was a kid, we would teepee yards.
We did do
the
that.
Toilet paper in the trees.
Yeah, and because I was always in the weather, I always planned on doing that right before it rained.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you can't pick it up.
Yeah.
Well, but then it kind of,
I know.
it just gets a mess.
That was a wild team.
Oh, well, who knows what the next generation might
true.
do. All right, the weather. Spring is here.
Yeah, we're going to be dropping back into the mid-40s tonight, but 70 tomorrow, 63 on Thursday, a few random showers.
Final sports notes.
High school softball just beginning in the area. Tomorrow we're going to be at day 2 of the Mount Vernon tournament, which features teams like Diamond and East Newton as well.
That'll be fun. Thanks for joining us. Morning show starts at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.